Hello world, welcome to the 18th video on my channel and the 4th video on my Twitter bot playlist. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to watch me build my own Jarvis-like program like from the Iron Man movies. In the first video of my Twitter bot playlist, I composed a tweet live while recording on YouTube. In the second video, I showed how I could automatically follow people using a random hashtag from a list of interests that I have and how I can unfollow all the people not following me back. I could do all of these things without even logging into Twitter from my Python program. Then in the last video, or in the previous video, I used that same hashtag to find and retweet other posts using that randomly selected hashtag. And then I also showed off how I can compose a motivational quote, because for some reason that's a social media norm and important to social media management. In this video, I'm going to show you how I added memory to the Twitter bot so it doesn't auto-follow and retweet the same hashtag too frequently. Also, I'm going to show you how I can thank new followers. Both of these functions require the bot to have a memory. So let's check that out. So first, I'm going to show off how I select a query of random hashtags, save it to a memory, and then retweet off of that. So in the previous videos, I showed off that I have terms that I like to follow, like Python, AI, data science, Bitcoin, deep learning. And so I want Twitter to automatically use one of those terms to retweet people. So let's check that out by running this. Okay, so it says searching for tweets about machine learning. So I found a tweet and now I'm attempting to retweet it. So it's going to keep doing that. So let me show you in what it's doing is it's looking in this memory file right here. Okay, and then today's date, October 9th, 2019, we're tweeting about machine learning. Yesterday, neural networks. The day before, face recognition, data science. And then I did a bunch of testing, so it picked several ones. And then Bitcoin. And so what it did was it looked over the last 5 and made sure that I wasn't picking the same hashtag over and over. And you can see why is because one of these says error. This retweet was not successful. The reason was I've already retweeted this tweet. So if every day I was picking the same random hashtag, then I would get these error codes a lot. Okay, so that is how you retweet it. So I was retweeting machine learning. So let's take a look at my Twitter. Okay, let's go to my profile. And we can see I retweeted this one about machine learning, this one about machine learning, machine learning, machine learning. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Now unfortunately I don't have any new followers, so I am going to edit something real quick. And so what I'm going to go to do is go into my followers. And I am going to delete one of these right here. Okay. And then what I did was I just deleted somebody I already thanked so I could show you how I can thank people. So right here, He followed me, Fabian Bosler. So I already thanked him, but I'm going to remove that tweet right here. So let's delete this tweet. Okay. And now I'm going to thank some followers. So let's comment this out. Let's comment that one and let's thank some followers. Okay, so it found the one I just deleted from its memory, and it said, Bosler Fabian, thanks for the follow. Okay, so let's check Twitter. Okay, so he's the last one that followed me, so that's why it picked that one. And there you go, it's back on there 25 seconds ago. Thanks for the follow. And I do that to everybody that follows me. So I use this dot so everybody can see it. Their username, thanks for the follow. And if you scroll down, you can see that I do that for every new follower. And I don't even have to log into Twitter. It does it for me. Okay, so let's check out the code now. So I have these terms right here. Okay, and I set a function called Twitter memory. Okay, so the query, which is what I pass to all the other functions like auto, follow, and retweet, is going to be a random choice of those terms that I just showed you. Okay, then I declare the file name where the memory is stored. I call this memory.txt. Okay, then you create a list. That's what these curly brackets are, called D. So with the file name of memory open as F, this is the common lexicon or the common syntax for reading from a file. And for every line in F, I want to show the key and the value and then split it at the comma. So the values, all the values up to the last one, not including the last one, I want you to attach that to a list called the values. And that's called the last five. So the last five in this list, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in my memory, so I have the dates, right? I want you to check that this query that we just selected is not in those last five. So if it is in those last five right here, it's going to pick a new one. Okay? And it's going to keep going as long as the random selection is one of these last five. If it's not, if it's a brand new query, it's going to pass out of this. Okay? It's going to add today's date and then a comma, add the query that's not in this last five and a line space. And then the syntax for writing to a file, or in this case it's called append. So with the file name open, memory, we're going to append A, and we're going to write today's date, which we declared up here, and the query memory, which is comma, the new query, and a line space. And then we're going to return that query. Okay, that's the code. If you're new to programming, then and you're new to my channel, I'm not a tutorial series, so I'm not going to explain what all that code does. But in what's called pseudocode, where I just explain what it's doing, what the code is doing, is I'm going to pick from one of these random terms. I'm going to check if it's in this memory in the last five. If it's not in those last five, I'm going to get today's date, add today's date, comma, the query, and a line space, and then I'm going to write it to this file. Okay, today's date, we just did machine learning, today's the 9th, and then I'm going to return query. So down here, when I call that method, which is query, now I can pass this query to this autofollow method, to this retweet things method. Okay, So the next one is we're going to thank followers. Now this is some more advanced code, if you will, but it kind of builds on what we just talked about. So I declare this file right here, this Twitter followers, and then it's going to create an array or a list, and then I'm going to read that list, stripping out these line breaks. Right. It's going to add all of these to this list called current followers. Right here, it's going to append each one to this current followers listing. Okay, and then we're going to, so we have that. All right, that's done. Now with that same file open, we're going to append any new followers. So for followers in Tweepy, .cursor, check my followers, the last 10, we're going to write that onto this new screen. Okay, then I'm going to create what's called a new followers list. And I'm going to do the same thing I already did and add all of those to include the new ones we just did to this new followers. Then I'm going to declare a set, which what it does is it reads the whole list as one item. And then I'm going to declare this new follower set. Right, so now I have my current followers and my new followers. Then I'm going to create what's called a new list of new followers, and that is the difference between the new follower set and the current follower set. So now my new follower list is just new followers because it compared the current list to the new followers list and only picked up the new followers. Then in this for loop, for every new follower in that new follower list, we're going to update my status with dot at their username, the new follower, and say thanks for the follow. And then just so I know that it works, it's going to print that. Right? And I declare that as thanking followers. So let's check my Twitter. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's first going to read my current followers. Okay, then it's going to and add that to the current followers list. Then it's going to take any new followers and add it to that text file that I have called Twitter followers, and then create the list called new followers, compare them, and then anything that's new, it's going to say, hey, thanks for the follow. All right, so this is beginner to intermediate level code, but the implications are kind of advanced. So when you use your Siri, Alexa, and Echo, it performs the task they are told, and they don't remember really what they just did while performing that action. And then even the next day. So you can actually ask Siri to perform the same function over and over, and it won't know that it's doing the same one. It literally executes what you just said. By implementing a memory, it helps build smarter programs. So this Twitter bot, once I go live with my digital assistant, with my Jarvis-like program, it's going to have this continuous memory of how to be a better Twitter bot and to be smart. So you might notice right now that you see a promote YouTube code, and what that's doing is it's pulling the YouTube API, but that is a subject for my next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you're creating your own Python Twitter bot, and share this with all your friends. Goodbye, world.